Hello, it's Melissa with Yellow Woods, and today we're going to paint this picture. And I downloaded it off of Pixabay. I don't know the name of it. I don't remember it, but I have left the link down in the description box for you to download it yourself and for you to join me if you want. We're going to be using some watercolors and some oil pastels and probably some other mixed media. So let's get started. Okay, today I'm going to use these watercolors. I honestly don't know the name of them. They were gifted to me and it's in, I believe, Japanese, so I don't know the name of them, but I love them. And then I'm going to use these oil pastels. These are my favorites. Love them. But you can use whatever kind you have. Just use a random sketchbook as well. I'm actually going to start off with the watercolors. I think I'm going to just plop in some of the warm beige gray for the background. Maybe just make it a little bit darker for the bottom here. I'm not a perfect artist. I'm still learning. Um, so I started painting, I don't know, it's probably been 10 years ago. I would have to look because I dated a lot of my stuff when I first started working on it. And I started off because I loved lettering. I loved like creating quotes, and I don't know if y'all remember how popular that was. And I wanted to learn to do that. And I did a lot of that. Then I moved to watercolor. I loved watercolor. I loved acrylic. I just loved creating. And then as time went on, it's just tough to, well, sorry, I lost my train of thought. It is just tough to make stuff. I've just kind of, I don't know, I've just kind of let it go by the wayside. But usually once or twice a year, I'll pick up my paints and stuff for a few days out of the year and I'll paint some stuff. But this year I've really gotten into it. I've really tried to be consistent with it because I have decided that once my son graduates, I want to try to do this full time. And I'm like I said, it's a learning. I'm still learning. I'm not a great artist at all, but I'm still learning. But I've decided like it's something I want to do full time. Okay, we're just going to let this dry and we'll be back. I'm back and it's a little dry. It's not perfect, but there we go. Now, this is a very impressionistic abstract version of the flower vase. I'm still learning. And so I guess I should say, come with me as I learn. Do you like, yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. Yeah, maybe I should have said, come with me as I learn. Because I am still trying to figure that out. I'm just starting with some neo pastels here. I love these. This is grayish black. And I'm actually not going to add the cloth that's in that picture. I'm just adding a little shadow there. Just soften that shadow out a little bit. 1, 2, 3, and kind of soften the edge of the vase. Now, I think I'm going to, I love this green gray. It's such a beautiful color, but I think I'm going to use the ivy green to start, and I might alternate between these two, but to start popping in some stems. And I'm just mainly just trying to get the stems in. I'll go in and add more of this, like more stems and stuff with the oil pastels, and just kind of getting down some color. Okay, and I'm also going to take some neo colors. One of my favorite, actually my favorite painter, not one of my favorite painters, is Claude Monet. I'm absolutely just in love with his work. I really love how soft his work is. I know he used oils primarily, and it's something that I have tried oils before, and I don't know, maybe one of these days I might go back to them. But right now I'm really enjoying these little oil pastels. They're really a lot of fun. Okay, well, that part there is drying. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to start working on this vase. I think I'm going to use oil pastels. Okay, so I'm just gonna, this has some color on it, and I'm actually okay with that because I kind of want something to kind of blend. I'm gonna add some blues to it a little bit later. So I kind of want it to blend with that. Anyway, so I'm okay with that. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I think I'm going to use this to kind of give it some shadow. It's one of the blues. I'm just softening the oil pastel and smoothing it out now. I'm pretty happy with where that's at. So I'm going to add the blue line that's at the top. And then Also at the bottom. Okay, and then I'm just going to just gonna kind of like scribble in some flowers. I'm not even going to make them perfect. Just kind of like the appearance of flowers. It's not gonna be perfect. Just like it's there. There we go. Okay, now come up here and start working on these flowers. That's still a little too damp. I had to let it dry just a little bit. So I'm just going to start up here. That's still just a tiny damp, but I think it'll be okay as I keep going. So as I'm learning, as I'm growing, I would love to hear who are some artists that I should follow. And if you're an artist, let me know. I would love, I'm always on the lookout to follow new artists and to learn new things. So, who's your favorite artist that you follow? That is still just a little wet, so I'm going to work on those ones up here first. Add just a smidge of dark. I was watching one of my videos back the other day and I realized I use smidge a lot. It's funny how you say things and you don't realize you even say them until you're watching back and you're like, wow, I really say that a lot. I really love the pink that's in some of the flowers, so I'm just going to add a smidge of this just to a few of them, not all of them. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can start working back on this down here. Yeah, there we go. I've figured out that oil pastels do not lay well on top of wet media. Now it'll lay on top of it well once it's dried, but not while it's still damp. And honestly, I'm just kind of going in and putting some random petals. Not every one of them will be a flower. bringing that light yellow in again. Bring this in a little bit. I didn't like how that lifted that actually. That must still be pretty wet there. Nothing is really wanting to lay down. Maybe I'll just kind of, there we go. Okay, and I'm going to add the pink in some of these bottom petals here. And I really feel like some of these darker, I feel like the centers are missing some shadows here. I'm going to add just some dark bits. If you paint, what's one of your favorite flowers to paint? I don't really have a favorite flower to paint. I just like a lot of impressionistic things, so kind of just whatever kind of looks impressionistic. Okay, I'm going to go back in and I don't want that to be too dark, so I'm going to lay some yellow back down on top of it. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave the others. Well, I don't know. No, I'm actually not. I'm very indecisive. I have a hard time making decisions. I want to add just a little bit of darkness in here. Some leaves on the outside. On there. There's kind of this little petal kind of coming down a little bit, so I'm just going to add. I think I'm about done with this. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I really like the textures and the difference between the watercolor and the oil pastels. Um, if you painted this, I would love to see a picture of yours. And if you want to subscribe, you can join me as I learn how to create more art. I'm on this journey of finding my art style and just learning all the ins and outs of the art business. So, anyways, thank you for watching and hope you have a great day.